Hi, everybody, and welcome to... Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow wherever you're listening to on iTunes, Podbean, and Google Play. The more you do, the more people see us, and the more people get to enjoy in the adventure. Have a good episode. Hi everybody, I'm Corey, I'm the Dungeon Master. Welcome to the next episode of Opportunity Roll. I'm here with Group 2. Say hi everybody.
Hi!
Hello!
Hello.
So to recap for the listeners, the last time we left off, you guys had just spoken to the Hammer after everybody split up from the inn that morning, going their own separate ways. Aeson and Mila were heading to meet the other nobles, I believe. Correct?
That's right.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Because we did the
Zachariah.
smartest thing ever, which is splitting the party.
Always split the party. That's the best advice you could take.
That's what you're supposed to do, right?
Yep.
Exactly, cover the most ground.
It works
Yeah.
for Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Interesting to say the least. Zachariah and Lynn ended up meeting with the Hammer, who is a bit... I wouldn't say she's skeptical. She questioned everything. But in the end, she still fully believed you. And she's willing to help. She gave you a sign that she was backing you so that you guys could go and meet the Mangus. Hopefully, get him to be able to meet with everybody else. But she didn't say it was going to be easy. He has a bit of a reputation, it seems. But before we get to that, I want to catch up with Aeson and Mila, who, again, has just made it to the higher district. And I would say probably about that time is where we're going to start up with. But let's go ahead and do intros. Let's start with Tangled.
Hello, I am TangledinBlue, or Laura. I play Mila, the elven sorcerer of wild magic.
Samuel?
Hi, I'm Samael, also known as Jonathan, and I'll be playing Lynn, the half-drow bard of whispers.
Rodeo.
I am Rodeo, otherwise known as Maxwell, and I'll be playing Aeson Goldhand, the half-elf fighter cavalier.
Blue?
Hi, I'm Blue. I blaze Zachariah to lore, the lore bard. Hi.
And I'm Corey. I am your diggity dungeon master. So...
He did the thing.
And as opposed to last time, we went and bailed Blue out. So he's not inmate 039 anymore, he's Blue.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to open up as Rodeo and Mila are making their way down the stone walkway. You're going to hear a rumble as the darkened sky above you guys, which has been kind of dark for a little while, it's going to start rippling like lightning, and you can feel the thunder as it just really... It shakes, really, to your core. And after a few seconds, you'll get a trickle of rain. And that trickle will slowly move up into more of a downpour, really. As you guys make it to the upper district, you guys have, I believe we said 5 buildings, right?
Yes, there were
Yep.
5 noble households.
Yeah. And so you've met Madame Tepenta.
Yes.
These other houses, well, they're a little bit different and each in their own way. There's one that's very elegant but homely. It's not amazingly huge. It doesn't show nobility in the sense of flashy material. It shows it in its sturdiness, in its down home, just good material. There are 3 others. One is rather large, adorned with gargoyles and all types of stone pillagery that just makes it look interesting. The 4th, which is kind of, because they're working down this road here. The 4th is mostly made of what seems to be a marble type, but it doesn't have the same elegance that the 3rd one did, where it had like all the cornerstones and stuff like that. It was made just to look pretty. And of course, the last one is pretty much standard. It has a mixture of all of them together, yet not really standing out on its own of any difference, really.
And which one was Madame Tapinta's again?
Madame Tapinta's was the first house along the road. Hers is... It's elegant, it's mostly woodwork, it's very intricate in its design, and craftsmanship was definitely noted upon the look of the house.
Okay. So, Aeson, approaching all this, probably pretty wet, will turn to Mila and say, should we work our way down the line then?
Mila, who she's put her hood up, kind of covering herself, trying to keep herself dry as much as possible. It's like, yeah, maybe next house will be our best bets.
Anything to get out of this rain right now.
Mm-hmm.
It won't be the best, the best first impression that I could give, but it is what it is.
I do have something that can help with that.
Do you now?
Mila just kind of nods her head.
Well, let us get somewhere where we won't be further rained on, and then we can figure out what we need.
Well, it works, kind of instantaneously. So once I do it, we'll be dry for just a moment, and then we'll probably get wet again. So maybe I should do it right before we walk in.
Maybe there's an overhang there or something by one of the houses. Something we can stand underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Stay dry.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, let us approach the next house then, and Aeson will start walking to the next house. That would be next to Madame Tapinta's. We'll just go down the line.
Mila follows.
Alrighty, so the second noble house is the very small but quaint. It's noble in the sense that it was made with good material, but it's not flashy. As you guys walk up to the doorway, there is an overhang, kind of a small, best way to put it is a walkway leading to, like I said, an overhang towards this large door. There is a knocker on the door that is very particularly interesting. Normally you'd get like the circular hanger, just the bar. This one will have the circular hanger and what looks to be a lion's head on it, and inside is the actual handle for the knocker in the mouth.
Interesting. Well, Mila, do you want to do your thing?
Yeah, she just kind of snaps her fingers for Aeson to cast Prestidigitation, dry him off, and then snaps her fingers again for herself.
Okay.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Yes.
That's an interesting thing that I've just learned about you.
That I can make people dry?
Yes, it's quite handy.
Yeah, it's just a magic spell.
It's more than I can do. And then Aeson will smile and then turn and use the knocker.
You'll hear behind the door a few hefty footsteps. Is anybody gonna get that? No? Alright, I got it. And the door will open, and a larger gentleman, very big, round, the best way to put it, he's got a pot belly. This man is hefty. Yeah, I'd probably say roughly around 320, 325 pounds, a large red bushy beard, and a mustache to boot. He wears on him what seems to be a coat of ringmail and a red tabard over it with a depiction of a lion. He's gonna look to you guys and smile. Oh, hello.
Mila is a little bit intimidated by just the general presence of this man.
The sheer size of him. But Aeson will stand up straight, and he will nod. Hello, my sir. My companion and I were just making rounds around the local nobility, to introduce ourselves to everyone.
Sorry, my wife mostly keeps up with the courts, but, who might you be?
I am Aeson Goldhand, second in line to the throne
Of the
Drayden.
throne. Yes, I think that's even easy for me. Please, come in.
Absolutely. Thank you. And Aeson will enter.
Mila follows, just kind of gives a little bow.
He'll nod and, may I, take your coats?
Yes, and Aeson will take his, and then he will say, by the way, sir, this is Lady Leofina. She is my traveling companion.
I don't think I've heard of that name before, but it's a pleasure.
Mila's slightly relieved that, oh god, finally, yes, someone doesn't know who I am. She's like, this is how it's supposed to be. Regardless, she just kind of gives like a small, like little curtsy and just, it's wonderful to meet you.
As you, please come on in. I can't say we have, kind of much going on today. My wife is currently tutoring our son, but, I'm not bad at making food. You like chicken, right?
I mean, who doesn't?
Good. I've heard of this new invention called deep frying.
I am very intrigued. That sounds wonderful. And, sir,
Yes.
I hate to be impolite here, but I haven't gotten your name.
Sorry. My apologies. That should have been the first thing. I'm Sir Brimsworth. Dan Brimsworth.
Well, Sir Brimsworth, might I say, I very much enjoy your house.
Oh, thank you very much. Please come with me to the kitchen. Maybe I can get you some of that fried chicken.
I would be most intrigued to try that, yes. And then Aeson will follow.
Mila kind of leans to Aeson, it's like, this is a magic I've never heard of.
I have neither, but I am, frankly, excited to see it.
So he'll walk you guys into the kitchen. It's rather interesting. As to where most of the house is not intricate, the one place that seems to have got the intricacy and love to it is definitely the kitchen. There are lots of simple magical devices. There are stones that would be simply and easily figured out by Mila, who is, of course, a magic user. There are warming stones. There are holding stones. There are ways to bread and do things differently. It's a marvel, really. They even seem to have what is known as the sink of infinite water. And it's a basin that literally, once you throw out the water out back and bring it back in, it refills itself. Clean, fresh water. And so they never have to go to the basin, they never have to go to the river, they have fresh water at hand at all times. And so he'll walk over there and he'll grab a bar of soap and he'll start washing his hands. And just to the right of the sink will be a hanging chicken. It'll be beheaded, it'll be drained, and it's mostly like the chicken that you get at the store, except it's not tied up at the feet and everything like that. But he'll pull that off, and he'll walk over to this metal contraption. If you like, Mila, I can let you roll an Arcana to it to see if you can figure anything else about it.
It's the magic of fried chicken.
The magic of fried chicken.
17.
With a 17, you are going to learn that this creation is of dwarven. It's of dwarven ancestry. So the marks on it, this arcana, dates back to Old Dwarven. Now, they're not really known for magic themselves, but they're known of making really interesting creations, which magicians can sometimes use later and add specific abilities to this. This at one point was apparently some sort of chest. And he's going to open the lid to it, and he's going to put the chicken in. And you're going to notice there is this weird, white, fatty-like substance inside. He's just going to kind of roll it around in this, and then close the lid. Close by will be a small key, and he'll grab it off the side and put the little lock on it, and click it. All right, now, we don't touch it. It's hot. I learned that the hard way. But, in the meantime, he'll pull over a couple of stools for you guys, and himself, and he'll come to this, pretty much, it's the mid-counter, so there's, like, tables and cutting boards there, but it's mostly cleared off. Can I get you guys a drink? Maybe some fresh water, or anything?
What time of day is it?
At this point, you guys started it early. I'd say it's roughly, at most, 8 p.m. Or 8 a.m. Sorry, 8 a.m.
Oh, got it. Water would be lovely.
Water coming right up. And Your Majesty? He'll look to Mila.
Me? Water's fine. Just,
Yes.
lady.
Right.
Aeson will smile widely at this, and then he'll lean to Mila as he's getting water. Try to watch your stirring, Your Majesty.
He'll come back with large tankards of fresh water. While you were whispering to her, you didn't quite notice that he opened up a window and tossed the water out of the basin and returned it to its resting spot real quick, and then kind of just drug the tankards into the water and brought them over. He'll sit down and... So, I take it you're here for the festivities.
Yes, the festivities are wonderful. I've never quite experienced them before. I've always wanted to come to Kroka, and I've finally been, how would you say it, given leeway to go do things like this.
Ah, I see. So you're on a trip before the wedding, I see.
If you would say it that way, yes. No, what is going on is my brother and I were given options on what we wanted to do to prove that we were what was best for the...
Oh, so you two aren't...
Aeson will smile widely and be like, No. Mila is simply my traveling companion. A wonderful one at that.
Mila is bright red at this point, and she's like really fidgeting.
I do apologize, Your Highness. I spoke much out of turn.
Oh, don't. We are just, right now, we are on equal footing. You and I think nothing more of us than friends in house sharing a meal.
It should be difficult, but I will try my best. And you'll hear, just off in the distance, you'll hear 3 tings, as if something inside the metal box has kind of slapped against the inside. Ah! That should be the chicken. And he'll get up, he'll walk over, kind of test the metal of the box a little bit, trying to make sure it's cooled off enough. And he'll click it and open it, and the first thing you guys are going to smell, it's almost like peanut oil. It's going to waft through the bedroom, or not the bedroom, it's going to waft through the kitchen. And after that, he's going to grab these metal hooks and kind of hook it in there under something and pull out this perfectly cooked, full fried chicken. And he's going to bring it over, and he's going to set it down in front of you. Would you like to carve? And he'll reach over, grab a knife from a cutting board, and hand the handle out to Aeson.
Aeson will nod and smile brightly as he takes the fork and the knife, and he will carve up the chicken.
You're going to find that it's actually cooked all the way through. The skin that would normally be very, very tough, very hard to cut through, especially if roasted over fire, it's going to be easy to cut through, almost crispy. And the skin is going to be light and fluffy, almost crunchy, as if it were breaded. But you had never realized that he had breaded it before he put it in. He had actually never breaded it before he pulled it from the machine. So the best part about it is not only is it cutting easily, you're going to see a little bit of some fresh juices inside. So you know that the chicken isn't dry, much like when you roast it. So it doesn't need to be paired with any dipping sauce or any type of condiment, really. And he'll take a small fork. Well, not really a fork. It's more like a pitchfork, a little tiny one. He'll poke it into the meat and put it on a piece of a plate and hand it to each of you as you carve it. Please enjoy. I think I had at least 2 of these myself the other day.
It looks absolutely delicious. I cannot wait.
Yes, but be careful. It's a bit addicting, and he's going to kind of slap his round belly as you see the jiggle kind of carry over from one side to the other.
Oh. And you look like a man who knows something about good food, Aeson will say with a wink and a laugh.
Oh boy, do I ever. You see, I actually met my wife. She herself wasn't a noble. She was a cook for a noble. And, needless to say, I stayed over their home a little bit longer than I should, but, it was good.
I would adventure to say it was. And then Aeson will take a bite of the chicken.
It is going to be, like I said, mostly not dry. It's going to be crunchy on the outside as if it were breaded. There seems to be spices of some kind that have been mixed in with the skin, giving this crunchy yet delicious kind of flavor to it. The meat inside, it's definitely flavored by whatever it is that was cooking inside of it. You can almost guess that the oil gave it some sort of fresh nuttiness, but not by too much. Enough to kind of elevate the taste of the chicken itself.
This is wonderful. Thank you
Indeed.
For this. Thank you so much.
Of course, if you like, I'm sure I can procure myself another. You may take it with you if you like.
I just might take you up on that. I just had a few questions for you while I was here.
Sure. Anything for the son of the king.
Yes, and Aeson will, shift and he'll take a bite and then wait till he's done chewing. Have you heard of a man named Pembrim?
Pembrim. Oh, yes. Pembrim Learman. Yes.
Yes,
what about him?
So he has challenged me to a duel.
Ah, I see. So he's still on that quest, then.
He must be. He said something about wanting to challenge the authority of the High King.
Yes. I spoke with the boy a couple of years back during a court, but, it seems he hasn't changed his mind.
Yes, well, I'm hoping to be able to dissuade him from that by besting him in the duel, but I've never heard or seen him fight.
You're challenging him, or is he challenging you?
He challenged me.
Right. So he's actually doing it.
Yes, apparently I'm the last one he feels he would need to defeat in order to make a successful claim.
Well, in the old scriptures, probably about 4 years ago, he found that in the court's higher intrigue, it was written in the law that a high king can be anointed, provided he meet with each of the nobles of the treaty, and if they were defeated in battle and agreed that he was of sound mind and body, he could become high king.
Yes, but what of the Trios blade?
It's been gone for probably 5 years now.
Yes, but isn't that what makes the High King the High King?
Yes and no. The High King's duty is to search out evil and defeat it. Whether that be with the Trius Blade or not, it's almost unheard of for those without the Trius Blade to rise to such duties. Actually, I don't think it's ever been done in history.
Well, it's an admirable cause, no doubt.
I'm sure. You see, power, I worry sometimes. It does things to people.
I also have that worry with him. Have you heard anything of how he fights?
Nobly. He is a paladin. But, I don't know. The things that come after the High King. I mean, just years ago, I heard such stories. Of darkness over the land. And, well, the High King was amongst it all. Him and his friends. His companions. And I haven't heard much from them since. Or from him. It's been 5 years now, and nobody's even heard word of the High King.
It is quite troubling. However, we could all hope that he returns. But I am feeling I need to be more prepared for this duel than I am.
Mm-hmm.
My longsword is trusty and has been well served in battle, but looking at this man, don't know if it'll do enough.
It will be no easy feat to defeat Pembrum. Once he puts his mind to something, it's hard to get him to change. But at least that something is for good.
I will agree to that.
If you're looking to defeat him, I wouldn't even know where to start.
Mila raises her hand slightly. Pardon me for speaking out of turn.
Out of turn.
Yeah, Aeson will give Mila a look like, huh? Feel free to speak whenever you'd like, Mila.
We are all nobles here.
We are all friends here.
He's a paladin, correct?
Yes.
Who does he serve?
He serves... it's a Greek deity. Athena. Goddess of battle, wisdom, and tactics. She has proven to be quite helpful to him.
Well, you see, my god hasn't let me down too much either. Mila and I here we've come through some pretty outstanding battles, fairly unscathed.
I am sure. But Pimbrum's not like your average creature. A youngling dragon or a couple of goblins. Last I heard, about 3 weeks ago, he took out an entire encampment of creatures. Gnolls. Dirty creatures, to say the least.
Horrid things.
Well, considering they eat human flesh, I wouldn't want them to come to my kitchen.
Me neither. So from what you know of him, do you think if I were to lay forth some, what would you call them, guidelines to the duels, he would follow them? I was going to think it would just be a duel of skill with no magic involved.
He would probably not use magic. But even without magic, he is formidable.
As am I. So I would just be more worried about the magic on his side. For I have not any experience using magic myself.
Primbrun would go along with it.
I figured as much. He seems like an honorable man.
Now, that is, of course, speculation. I know him a fair bit, but not as a good friend. I know his father more, and his father was a very honorable man. Rest in peace.
Aeson will nod. And then he will shift a bit and give Mila a quick glance. So with these festivities, have you ever heard anyone threatening the festivities in the past?
No, I don't think I have. I mean, there was one year that we were almost out of fireworks. But a good speaking to in Trigus got that taken care of. Those angsty people.
Yes. I just worry. This seems to be one of the larger festivals I've ever been to, and with all the unease between Graydon and Eris, it could be a target.
Well, potentially. But, I mean, for generations we've been having this festival, and we have plenty of people watching out for our people and guards, so I don't think, honestly, Your Highness, you have much to worry about.
No, I don't worry for myself. I worry for the people.
What if the monster in Bruma Lake attacks the city?
No. No. I'm sorry, Your Highness. It seems scary. It truly does. But that creature hasn't been seen in a while, and even those people are mostly drunk off their god.
Aeson will cough a bit and say, it has been seen recently by someone who is never drunk off their gourd.
Oh?
Aeson will nod to Mila.
Mila kind of lifts her hand up, and technically she hasn't seen it, but enough, yeah. Yeah,
so
Mila
you've witnessed this creature?
ate a traveling companion of mine.
What did it look like, if I might ask?
I didn't really see it per se. What happened was, I was actually gone for most of the night because magic and everything does weird stuff. And when I reunited with my companions again, I accidentally read the mind of my friend Zachariah, and he's the one who saw it, and I kind of saw it through his eyes, and he really didn't see much either because I think he was asleep, and I didn't really have to go into much about how
Your
magic
Highness,
is.
if I might. In that lake are some very dangerous things. And out of my entire years of living next to it, I have seen some incredible things being pulled from it. Alligator-like creatures that could swallow a man whole. Fish with horns strapped to the top of their head that could spear you worse than any cavalryman I could show you. But a sea monster, I have not. Now, I'm not saying that what you saw was potentially not the monster of the lake. But I'm not saying it was either. And if you didn't see it with your own eyes, and you fully believe it to be this, then it's not that I don't believe you. But I have yet to see it myself.
I hope you never have to see it yourself.
I can tell you this. With the amount of gods that we have here, not even a creature such as that I don't fear, especially with the guilds around. Could be able to stand longer than 15 feet on land.
If you
You're
have
in good
no,
hands.
if you have no worries of the safeties of the citizens, then it is your town, so I shall follow with how you feel.
I'm not saying that I don't believe you. If you have some evidence that I could show the higher council, then I'm sure this is all... I mean, you don't think it's coming, do you? Or is this just something that's on your mind?
It's it's been on my mind since the death of my companion.
And when Mila feels these ways, I will believe her because she has proven herself time and time again to be nothing but trustworthy to me.
I rolled deception of 15 for that.
Okay.
Yes, that
For what?
For saying that there is no prophecy, I just am worried about the monster because of the death of Therian.
All right. Well, I am sorry for the loss of your friends. But I assure you that your stay will be a good one. In almost many years since this has started, not a single occurrence has ever been seen of the creature near here. In fact, I think we'd probably see it amongst the water before it even got close. Bells would ring, people would be able to evacuate, if everything was done correctly.
We could only hope. Will I be able to count on you to come watch the duel? I think it might be taking place tomorrow, but I'm sure there will be news about it.
Yes, I'd be happy to.
I would have wished this to happen at home so I could have adorned a more respectable suit of armor, but I have what I have, and I shall make do with what I have.
So, the chicken is divine.
Yes, it is.
It's lovely. Yes, very good.
I'm sorry if I've upset you in any way through this conversation. It merely was just me trying to reassure you that this is a safe place. I wouldn't raise my son here if it weren't.
Oh, I believe 100% it is a safe place, and I'm not doubting you at all. When she feels a certain way, I tend to take that seriously.
All right.
I'm just a little superstitious.
Well, I am too. A bit. I don't like leprechauns.
I've never met one.
They drink a lot. And they're feisty.
Yes. Yes, they do. Now, sir, I believe Mila and I need to take our leave and go introduce ourselves to the rest of the nobility here. Do you have anyone you think we should stay away from? Anyone who might be a rough time?
Sir Van Dusk. Yes.
Sir Van Dusk.
As noble as they come, purebred as he is, but poppycock. He cares more about his fame than his people.
Is he an actor?
Indeed, yes.
I've heard of him, I believe.
I might be able to flex some nobility muscles on him if I need be. Tell him if that he does not show the respect that we are due, that he will never perform in Graydon again.
Well, I'm sure he wouldn't be disrespectful, but I wouldn't see him sticking his neck out for anyone.
A lot of people don't. You bet.
Right. Well, feel free to come back, and I'm sure we can probably deep fry some other things.
I would greatly enjoy trying other things deep fried. This was an experience of itself.
You should try a deep fried cucumber.
Would that make a pickle?
What's a pickle?
I don't know.
What? So many questions.
Inspiration.
I'm happy.
Of course, he will lead you guys to the door. He will actually kind of make you cut you a little bit more chicken, put it in a pouch for you. Now it's only good for the evening, but do enjoy.
Oh, I will.
He'll hand it over to you and lead you guys to the door a little bit more. If you perchance need a place to stay, don't hesitate. We do have 2 guest rooms in the home, and well, I'm sure my boy would be interested in meeting a high king. Well, not a king of a you. He would be interested in meeting you.
Well, I should love to meet the young fellow.
Well, if all goes well, you might meet him tomorrow.
Perhaps he could come see me at the duel as well.
When is that scheduled, by the way?
We are going over the scheduling tonight, but I'm sure there will be news of it. Not often something like this happens.
Yes. Right. Well,
I believe I could count on your support.
I'll be cheering.
Thank you.
And potentially bringing fried chicken.
Yes, fried chicken for all.
But in all seriousness, yes, I will be there.
Aeson will give a small bow as he exits.
Yeah, Mila kind of gives again another small curtsy and just walks out.
Mila, if you know, being a noble, it's difficult. And if I've seen the way that, well, people have treated my wife before I met her, and how they've treated some of my close friends, you should feel free to speak your mind. And don't let anybody, not even a big fat oaf like me, tell you otherwise.
She kind of stands there, just a moment, kind of lost in thoughts, and then just.
And if you find that pickle, please bring it around. I'd love to try it.
I have to find out what it is first.
Same. And he's just gonna give like a blank 5-mile look off into the distance when he goes, same.
I'm gonna go now.
And he'll nod and give a smile and close the door.
All right. Well, that went well, Mila, I think. The fried chicken was wonderful.
It was rather delicious, yes.
He is right, though. You should feel free to speak your mind. You are a very intelligent young woman. Well, I say young woman. For now, if you're young. But, you know, compared to us, you're old. But
Thank you.
you're welcome. Aeson's not very smart, just so you guys know.
Oh no.
He's he's charismatic, but
It only goes so far.
it only goes so far.
It doesn't show that often, but when it shows, it's hard to miss.
It's like
Yeah.
a hammer.
Yeah, he's not the most subtle of fellows. But Mila, you should feel free to speak your mind whenever and offer counsel. Your counsel is very important to me.
It's just what I've been taught my whole life. Keep my head down. Don't speak unless spoken to. Don't offer my opinion. Don't turn any of the servants into houseplants.
Well, Mila, I want to teach you differently, but I don't believe you've ever told me what kind of nobility you were.
I mean, pretty much, it was rather, I think typical elven nobility, how it usually goes,
What were you, a duchess, a lady, a queen?
Oh, no, just a lady, my, so we have to talk about this now?
All right, if you wish not to talk about it, then we won't talk about it. But you are on even footing as me, as far as I am concerned.
Okay, it's also really hard, if I'm speaking my mind, it's been really hard not to call you Prince Aeson.
Well, to me, did you know I was always a prince? No, you didn't. And I liked the way I was treated before that.
Okay.
I don't deserve anything else than anybody else on the street, other than to be treated with respect. As everyone deserves.
Mm-hmm.
Now, should we
Alright.
make our way to the next house and exude confidence everywhere we go?
I can try.
You bet.
All right. So we're going to split away from you guys. We're going to go back to Zachariah and Lynn, who are making their way to a very particular inn. Do you happen to remember the name of that inn?
The Golden Goblet.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
My
So,
memory is not entirely horrible, just mostly.
deep in the lower end of town, you guys will find the Golden Goblet. And for the most part, it kind of looks like it doesn't really belong there. The building is well taken care of. The window leading inside shows nice tables. A little darkened by the amount of time that's spent there, but the sign itself seems to have been painted gold with a goblet on the side. And upon walking in, it's kind of where you realize how it got its reputation. Inside is a host of all different types of rowdy people. They seem to be of some kind of higher end clothing, but yet they're not quite nobles. They seem to be ladies and right-hand men, people to higher ups that come and spend most of their money that they get from their jobs to drink and feel a little bit more at home. In the far back, through the crowd, there is one person that fits the description of who you've been looking for almost to a T. He is somebody you actually might remember from your travels along the road. It is a dwarven gentleman. He stands roughly about almost maximum size of a dwarf. Rippling muscles. It is his shirt has the sleeves ripped off of it. Let me see if I can find his photo for you guys.
Oh joy, it's the individual I took the notes of. Good thing.
He wears on him these oddly blue wristbands around his wrist. and they trail some sort of magical veins up his arm and his rippling pecs a little bit. His eyes are almost a pure shining white, as he also wears a wizard's cloak. But it's a very gruff wizard's cloak. It looks like it's been particularly fashioned in his own fashion. A pelt kind of rims around his shoulders and around his neck to the other side. And a big F sits on his belt.
Oh, God.
All right.
As you guys enter, the bar's going to actually get a little bit more quiet. There might be a bit of a whisper going about as you're noticed.
Great. The one time I don't dress appropriately for a place like this.
Why do I suddenly feel like me out in the open? God damn it. So it's like the area's just quieted down, or the people direction?
You broke up a little bit. It's mostly you feel like you've got eyes on you.
Mm-hmm.
Sticking out a little bit like a sore thumb. If you kind of give a quick glance, even with your passive perception, the only races in here are either human or dwarven. And they definitely look like they're not intermingling. The dwarvens are more to the back, as where the humanoids are closer to the window.
Well, there goes that plan. Fuck. Actually, wait.
Yeah, hi. Human.
No, I was checking something else.
Oh.
Damn it, no, I'm too tall. Fuck.
But, I know what you're trying to do.
Yeah. Suddenly feel very awkward.
Well, at the very least, I seem to fit in a little bit, and you're with me, so we won't get thrown out at least. Look, let's just get a drink right now and look for the perfect time.
Actually, you go on ahead. Like, she's just looking around. I just gotta freshen up a little bit. Feel very... Just... She's gonna, like, lean up to your ear. Watch out for someone named Cassie, alright? Be right back. She's just gonna exit out to a nearby alley.
See you in a few hours.
Asshole. And she's just gonna find, like, a nearby alley to try and disguise herself in.
Okay.
She's really been heavy after all that. She's like, too much attention on her.
Mm-hmm. What is she disguising herself as?
Trying to take on a human shape. If I can find a picture I had of you.
I've got the perfect picture.
Oh no. All right, let's see it. I'm curious.
I found not too long ago human Lynn.
Oh yeah, we found that. I think I found something like that too. I think I sent you something like that too, Sam. Not too long ago.
Yeah, the one I was gonna use for like the Shadow Sorcerer, I think. What was it? I have it here somewhere.
No.
It was such a cute picture too. Ah, here it is. Copy. It was this one, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. So basically, taking on more human features. The scar is gonna, like the scar across her nose is gonna cover up a bit. Hair is gonna part out a bit, taking a more like a grayish sheen to it, though still taking on a young appearance. Clothes generally the same, Except the coat's gonna become more like a longer sort of frill to it, just to fit the sort of atmosphere of the people inside.
Hmm. Okay.
It's like when she's coming back out, just whispering to herself, I am not happy to have to use this form. Alright, let's get this over with. Shit.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
But during this whole time, Zachariah is just going to go off, find a seat off to his own.
All right. Are you going more towards the dwarven side or the human side?
For right now, the human side.
With your passive perception, you were going to notice something. That between the humans and the dwarves, there is a line of 3 tables and chairs that are untouched. Nobody's sitting at them. Nobody even goes near them. And there's a small line to the left of the wall where humans will move to get to the bar that the dwarves don't go near. As if it's almost segregated.
Yeah, I would say so. I would say so.
You'll hear a couple of the humans kind of whisper a little bit. But one of them will kind of turn to you and go. He's more of a younger boy. Definitely sketchy, to say the least. He's got a scar going from his left eye down to his chin. And it kind of curves with the figure of his cheek. His clothes are a little bit ratty, and he wears a little bit of a hood. And he's going to kind of look to you and go, so, your slave walked away. Aren't you going to go get her?
That's a job for another time.
You just let your slaves walk around?
Just kind of with that, a little bit of a sly smile off to the side. Just not, how do I describe this? Just kind of one of those kind of faker smiles. She won't be getting too far. She has eyes on her.
Yeah, fair enough. Would you like a drink?
Yes, if you're offering.
Of course. And he'll snap his finger. When he does, a smaller boy, probably no more than 12, 13, he's going to come out of the corner. He was hard to notice before, but he's going to walk down the way. He's going to go to the bartender. He'll scoot a couple of coins over, and then the bartender will hand him a drink. And then the boy will come and bring the cups. After he does, the other gentleman who you're speaking to will pat him on the head, but it's more of like a 2-pat than a light push him back to the corner where he's meant to stand.
Yeah.
As he assumes his position. So, I take it you're here for, just by the look of you, the Faded Cloak. The meeting in 2 days.
No.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I'm just going about town. What is this business about the Faded Cloak? If we're at a table, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, Zachariah, I'll take a seat at this point.
Just a bunch of guys getting together to drink, have fun, get merry. Maybe play some cards underneath the table.
Oh, well, it definitely sounds like fun.
1 second. Let me roll it. Yeah. Yep. You find no flaw in what he is saying. as a natural 20 for the listeners. So, just drinking, having fun. Right. Well, if you're looking, play a little couple cards, maybe do a little something on the side. Yeah, I'm just about ready to go back to my buddies, but I'll be here most of the time up until the event, so you know where to find me.
Well, I might very well take you up on the festival. I don't know. It doesn't seem as lively as it usually is.
Oh, it's become more lively than last year. Let's see, we've still got people waiting at the gate, and I feel that we're only seeing the tip of it just yet.
What do you mean by that?
Well, with the line out front, we're going to be starting to see more people. And by more people, less rooms in the inns, less places to sleep. People sleeping outside on the cobbled roads or around the festival themselves. Easy pickpockets, ways to make a good bit of coin.
These are the assholes that give people like Lynn a bad name.
Mm-hmm.
What's your game of choice? Cards, poker, dice?
Honestly, for me, I enjoy the atmosphere a bit more. The type of game doesn't really matter too much to me. But tell me, what's the story of this place? It seems very odd for a bar.
Well, I mean, it's a place to get away from all the others, the half-dragon wannabes, the dirty bloods, the freaks, really. Just a place to kind of live and let live with your human fellows. Unfortunately, you got the dwarves back there, but can't really kill them all.
Grin his teeth a bit. Oh well. Bad times come to certain people. Better to have a bigger supply of other people to hit than the humans.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure the world would probably be... it'd have its bad, but I think we'd probably be better off without them. I mean, let's face it, half of them are demons, especially tieflings. You never know where they come from, or what deal they made. Maybe they can read your mind, or maybe they suck your blood. For that matter, the one that you came in with, she probably lived in the dark for most of her life. Stealing whatever she could, maybe cutting a few throats. Although, cutting a few throats isn't necessarily a bad thing for some of us, but, if that's the life, that's the life.
Well, someone's got to do it.
True. We always got somebody to pay to do a dirty job if you don't want to need to do it yourself.
So, anything interesting going around this go-round this year? Anything specific?
Well, I don't know. I mean, dude by the dock, we threw out a couple little ways ago, babbling nonsense. He was drunk. That was about it. There was a rich dude that came into town. Him something or other. Like a good score, but I'm gonna stay away from him. He looked like he could probably run a guy through. Yeah, there was talk of some sort of dragon fight close by. Some travelers were on the trail from Dalesville and saw it.
A dragon fight? What do you mean?
Yeah. There was some sort of black dragon messing with an ancient red dragon. By now, that black dragon's probably dead and hoping that he didn't piss off the red dragon enough to come and mess with us. Although, if a few dwarves got eaten.
Who knows? Is that what the dock man was talking about?
No, he was saying something about something in the water. Just some sort of weird fish. And in the end, he was flat off his mind. He got fired from his ship 2 days ago. The man was drunker than a skunk when he claimed to have seen the thing. And, well, he's dang near in Unifish territory, so nobody really believes him. And you shouldn't either. Dude's a whack job.
Oh. Possibly. Most likely on God knows what. But, remember anything about this man? So I know to avoid him when I see him?
I mean, he's a fisherman, so pretty much all the same. Roughly shirt, normal pants, maybe a hook somewhere to decorate his earrings. That's about it. I didn't pay too much attention to him, really.
Who would? Well,
I mean,
this has been lovely. Thank you so much for this drink.
you too, man. I think we should drink more often, I think we really get me.
Yeah. I do definitely feel a type of bond. As he just kind of takes a little bit of a fake sip of his drink.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go back. We're playing cards tonight, if you're interested. We'll be here at the Goblet, and, we're looking to probably get five gold a hand-ish. Good way to make money. I'll make sure you get taken care of.
Not tonight, my friend. I have a bit of an arrangement with a certain lady.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. I know what you mean there.
Oh, nothing like that.
Oh, no, it's fine. We all go to the brothel, my man. It's, it's there. That's where it happens. But keep a hand on that coin purse.
Will do.
All right, buddy. I'll catch you later. And he's gonna just tap on the table 2 or 3 times and turn around and head to another table.
Right. And just a very slight audible, as he's a good distance away.
I am so glad I was not there for all of that shit.
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
No, it's good.
Ow,
it's
ow,
good. Just be glad I wasn't there to...
Yeah. So yeah, just generally at this point, Zachariah is just going to be waiting around then, waiting for Lynn to show up. He'll make a little idle chatter if anyone comes by, but he's going to stick to himself generally for now, for the moment.
I'm sure Lynn wouldn't be too far off after that.
1 second though. I want to see how the atmosphere is around, the target.
Yeah. Give me a quick perception check.
The mark.
Right. The mark.
The mark.
The rube.
That is a natural 1. Things seem to be gelling. They might even accept you as one of their own.
All right. Yeah, I think Zachariah would have been spending most of the time just trying to glide through that conversation more than keep an eye out.
All right.
Being a little distracted afterwards.
Okay.
All right. So, like I said, I'm sure Lynn wouldn't be too far away. You would do your spell, and then
Yeah.
you'd make your way back in?
Yeah, I would have made my way back in, looking more refined, looking human.
You might get a cat call or two.
Just ignore them as I pass by, hoping to
Rip out their
Zachariah.
throats.
That too. Keep calm. Just trying to find Zachariah and make his way over to him.
All right. As you make your actual way to the table, the buddy of yours, Zachariah, who you were just speaking to, kind of tilts his head over his shoulder a little bit and gives you like a nice wide grin, like a "you sly dog" kind of look.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll return back to his drink.
Oh god.
Yeah, just for the most part, Zachariah is just going to be just tapping on the glass right now, just waiting. And he'll wave over this just random woman that he assumes probably is. He's probably been doing this to most women, just giving a slight wave, just seeing the response to any person who like a woman that came in.
Okay, so he's probably predicting
Yeah.
that she may have disguised herself a bit.
Well, I mean, yeah, he did say. Excuse me. She did say, "Look for a woman named Cass."
Yeah.
So.
All right. So, with that, eventually Lynn, disguised, would make her way to the table.
Mm-hmm. Zaki, love. It's been forever. It's been a rough time trying to get into town.
Not too much. Well, you're probably going to need this. He's going to just slide the drink right over to her.
It's just saying like a more hushed tone. So, how's it looking here so far?
Oh, yes, not your type of place.
Not bad?
Worse.
Joy. Alright, hopefully we can just get our target, establish contact, get out of here as soon as possible, right? Shouldn't be that. Just looking around at the general setup and how everything seems so divided. Like, this isn't gonna be easy, is it?
Oh, of course not. I mean, she wouldn't have given us that if we didn't need it, most likely.
Fair point. As she just goes into her pocket and just fumbles with just make sure that she has a handkerchief on hand.
Mm-hmm.
How far off is actually, since she just got into the room, she's just again trying to take an assessment of the area, and especially around the Adar Mangus.
All right. Give me a quick perception.
Alright. That's a 10.
10. Seems rowdy at most. They're enjoying their time, laughing, carrying on. With a perception of 10, you might notice one of them throwing daggers at a picture of a tiefling.
Taiki, please grant me with your will.
You see what I mean?
That was her actually doing that, like, loud gulp. And
Would you guys like to approach?
how far off is he from our table?
Away from you guys, he is at the actual bar itself on the right side. And he is surrounded by a group of maybe 3 or 4 tables of dwarves in between you and him.
I honestly don't think it's a good idea. We should probably wait until the atmosphere of this place isn't giving us such an issue. I'll say a bit quietly to Cass.
Shit. You think maybe we'll be able to, I don't know, somehow convince him to go to Giant Toe?
Here? Ourselves? Probably not. Outside of here, maybe. It seems like, to me personally, the room is divided for a reason. And trying to break that would probably be a bit much with our stature. I think the best thing for now would probably just be to keep an eye out. Look for the best opportunity.
Well, I can only hold this thing up for an hour, so...
Yeah, well, every girl has to have her powder break. He just gives a big smile.
Like, you can see her visibly... She's trying to hide as best she can, but you can see her discomfort, especially in her eyes. I just get the bad feeling.
If I could have you, one of two of you, real quick, I don't mean to interrupt, but could somebody give me a quick 1d100?
All right.
Oh god, no.
25.
Okay, please continue.
24.
God damn it.
What do you mean?
Like, just... I haven't been in an area this... It just doesn't feel right. This area is just too segregated, especially for a city this large.
True. Best thing to do is just act like you belong. It's generally how our kind of work, our profession. Act like you belong and you'll usually make it. Or at least people won't ask questions.
Fake it till you make it.
No, I've done this sort of thing before. Like, I've used my disguise and everything. It can fit in well enough. It's just... This place... I don't know. Feels different. Oh god.
So, your target, he's gonna get up from the bar. He's gonna down a full tankard, and he's gonna make his way to the door. He will exit the door and turn left.
Did anyone walk with him?
Nope. The rest of the guys seem as though they're just joking and carrying on. There was a guy next to him, but he just turned back to his drink.
Well, there's an opening. Here's the thing. Shit. I don't have my chalk on me. Do you have my dagger? Alright. Look for, like, little diagonal slits on, like, a stone nearby. I'll start heading for the left. Wait a minute and fall after me. Right?
Alright.
Alright.
Don't be too long.
Right. I'll meet up with you later. She's just gonna get up and walk out the door and go to the left.
If you head to the left or to the right, you'll be following the main road. Now, at this point of the day, with it raining, there's not much people on the road. And there is no man with a description of what you're looking for. However, you are going to notice that a little bit farther to your left, if you turn directly after you exit, there is an alleyway. And it seems to have a fairly decent shadow from the roofing of both buildings.
Does it look like it's just a straight shot, or does it like branch off at some point from what I can see?
If you look down there, you have, I believe, some sort of help with dark vision, correct?
Yes, I do have dark vision up to 60 feet.
Yeah. So, you're going to notice that very far back, when it really starts getting dark for you, it's going to veer to the right as it gets another turn. It looks like this alleyway goes past these two buildings, and then behind it, against the wall itself, to the larger wall that leads out of the kingdom.
Oh, God. As curious and as determined as she is in this case, she's not stupid enough to go into something like that alone. Like, we haven't passed by anything along the way in which it would have actually led back to a part of the main road. Or is it just like...
No, you're currently on the main road.
Oh, okay.
But you don't see him on the main road.
Shit.
Your best guess is that he has went down this alleyway.
Alright. Shit. No, she's not stupid enough for that. Even though I'm curious enough to. She's just gonna hang out nearby. And in the meantime, keeping an eye on the alleyway. And prepping up a silent spell just in case. Waiting for Zachariah to come out.
Alright.
Alright. Zachariah's gonna... 2 minutes.
Well, you're breaking up, buddy.
Whoa. Testing? Hello?
You're good.
Now you're good.
Well, Zachariah's gonna wait about 2 minutes before he's gonna stand up. He's gonna head over to the bar, back to the man he was talking to before. Thank you for the drinks again.
Yeah, not a problem, man.
It's time to go meet the missus.
Oh, yeah.
I'll see you again some other time. Enjoy your night.
Anytime, man. I'll be here all night, playing cards tonight, tomorrow. I'll see you around.
See you. And he's going to be heading out the bar at this time.
All right.
You'll probably head out, look left, and probably still see that Cass is still there.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty obvious.
Hmm.
The rain's still pouring, by the way.
Ugh. So what's wrong? Is he just going to approach?
Like when you're approaching, you see like she's doing some slight mumbling and like trying to do very subdued hand gestures, and just give you a quick glance. It's like, Blossom at some point. There's an alley down there. Seems to veer off to the right at some point in between. I'm hesitant. Honestly, it's the first time in a while I've had some backup. And with apparently how this guy is, if he's the leader of a major guild, of a legendary guild, it's good to have every support you have.
Mm-hmm. How long is this alleyway?
It would probably span most of 60 feet back. It would be gated over to the left, so it's literally a 60-foot walkway so it's 60 foot back, and it is 15 feet wide, and then it takes a veer to the right, from what Lynn can see.
All right. And you said that the street's pretty empty still?
Yeah, it's got your normal trash cans, or disposal bins, really, but that's about it. Traffic-wise, empty. Completely empty.
For the main road as well?
For the main road, you might get a few stragglers trying to get out of the rain, going into buildings, maybe some going to the bar, but that's about it.
All right. Well, let's be better safe than sorry. Zachariah is going to cast Unseen Servant. All right, Jimmy. Go take a look around the alleyway for me. If you see anybody, come back and give me a tap on the shoulder.
Alrighty. So, this spell creates an invisible, mindless shape that performs a simple task on your command. Until the spell ends, the servant springs into existence.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes Jimmy AC of 10, HP of 1, Strength of 2, can't attack. If the HP drops to 0, the spell ends. So is he still So here's my question to you: is he still mentally attached to you, even if he's even though he's not next to you? Because it says you can mentally command the servant up to 15 feet. Okay, so you are technically in some way, but I don't think he can send anything to you, can he?
Well, of course
wait.
not. But I think he was supposed to come back and tap me on the shoulder.
Once he gives you the command, the servant performs a task by its ability until it completes the task, then waits for your next command. No, it doesn't specify.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and so his one task was to go in there. If he sees something, come back and tap you?
Yes.
Okay. So you won't see anything. You'll assume that he goes down the alleyway and around the corner.
Oh no, it's the police. They found me.
Sorry, New York. We expect.
And then things will be silent for a while. Really silent.
Well,
Thing.
And then you'll get tapped on the shoulder.
all right. There. Tap me on the shoulder if you saw it during this alleyway. Tap me 2 times if you saw it down the right alleyway.
He'll tap you twice.
Right. Let's move on. It's down the other alleyway. Down the way.
Right. Okay.
Zachariah's gonna sneak down the alleyway.
Same for Lynn.
Alrighty.
Let's just
Give me 2 stealth checks then.
21.
21?
Jesus Christ, that's one name you know.
Alright, so a 21 and a 15. 15 for Zachariah, 21 for Lynn. Lynn, you were fine. Zachariah, you were both fine. Although, in this dim light, because this is going to be dim light for you, because it's going to be very dark, because these buildings are propped against the wall itself. Almost no light back here.
Mm-hmm.
Lynn, you're going to see underneath this hood, far to the back, and you're not going to be able to see color.
Yeah.
But you can see a shining light of 2 pupils on you. And then you're going to see, both of you, as one fist forms of a blue magic aura, and then another, and then another, and then eventually in front of you is floating 6 arcane fists, each with different things such as spikes. One might have, say, a brass knuckle to it. One's wearing a gauntlet. One might have kind of a screw dagger into it. And he's taken a fighting stance.
And we both see this.
It's right in front of us.
Yes, I would say that for Zachariah, it's a little bit harder to see. You might just barely catch the outline of him, but you can definitely easily see the hands.
Oh, wait now. We're on legendary guild business.
Fuck the legendary guilds. And fuck you. Follow me down this goddamn fucking alley.
Well, we couldn't cross the line in the bar, could we?
That's the fucking purpose.
Well, we're outside of the bar now, and we needed to talk.
I don't talk to the likes of humans. You scum.
Ah, boy. Well, let's take this risk. Why not? She's going to stop her ritual. Actually, you know what? Let me make a wisdom check.
That's 20.
She's going to keep her disguise up.
Yeah.
And she's going to reply back in Dwarvish while reaching carefully and pulling out the handkerchief. We come with word from the hammer. She's saying in Dwarvish to him.
Don't talk in tongues you don't know, girlie. That's not of your people. But he'll kind of slide up a little bit. You'll see his fighting stance lower a bit. What news of the hammer?
We're trying to get your help for business around here.
I ain't no interested in no business.
Even if it could save your own arse. And that to the rest of your guild.
He'll reach up and take this this unlit cigar out of the corner of his mouth. He'll flick his finger as a light of fire appears on his thumb. And he'll light it. Take a couple puffs. What you talking about?
Should switch back to common. We have word that there's going to be a great, potentially catastrophic event. You
have word or you have proof?
Proof, though difficult. But I do have the assistance of the Hammer and Faleska. And considering you can also save your own ass and that of your guild, we're hoping to gain your aid as well.
Look, the hammer's a bit of a pushover. And Faleska, she'll follow anybody that gives her a belly rub. We're going to need to do a little bit better than that, if you want my help.
Just look at Zachariah and see if... any response? Should I show him?
If he's willing to see proof, then let's show him.
Just gonna take a look at each part of the alley and see if there's anyone watching us, or if we cause that much of commotion.
Doesn't look like anybody's even coming close to the alley.
Alright, so this works. And she's gonna bring out the crystal and get a dancing light spell.
Oh, you have a dancing light.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, dancing. We could try with either one to see because of the nature of this thing.
Oh yeah.
She's just gonna say to herself, like under her breath, "Taiki, please be with me, please, please." She's gonna cast, just all around us the dancing lights. There's gonna be like a very dim light as the three orbs form around. Mm-hmm. They'll focus more towards the crystal.
All right. So here's what we're going to do. Because we know the difficulty of this, you will roll a 1d100. If it is above a 50, you will see what you're looking for. If it is below a 50, you will not. Inspiration.
You can do it.
I do have the inspiration, that's true. Taiki, please be with me. Yes!
Ah!
Woo! 87, baby!
I scared my cats.
Also, I'm sorry for blowing out 8 eardrums.
Now, which picture are you looking to show him?
The second one, the one that showed us the events in Kroka.
You'll see the other hands disappear. He'll kind of pull his cigar to the side. Right. I take it you think this is a prophecy.
She's just gonna look him dead in the eyes. From where we got this thing? From Hades himself.
He's gonna take a puff of the cigar, and he's gonna blow it to the very left of your face, not directly in your face.
Mm-hmm. She ain't gonna flinch at that.
Do me a favor.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me a Constitution.
Oh, shit. Can you use the inspiration?
You may.
21.
Dropped a 7 for a 21. You won't flinch a muscle. Right. Alright. You've got me. I want to stop this from happening too. As much as I am a racist bastard. I don't want to see people die. So you've got me.
Good to know you at least have some good bones in your body.
Not many left.
Still appreciate what's there. And if we're able to do this, who knows? Maybe you can actually have your heart grow a bit.
Please. I'll start growing my heart when your monkey boy over there starts talking.
But
There's no need of me to speak.
Aye, from a human, there's normally not ever. Alright. He's going to pull a pin, one of the 2 golden pins off of his shirt, and he'll hand it over to you. I'm sure you've got something from Valeska, and you've got something from the hammer. Here's proof from me, though I think it'll work against you once you meet the Emerald Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
All right, she's gonna put the both the handkerchief and the golden pin in her breast pocket. Did we receive anything from Valeska?
No, we haven't yet.
Okay. So you know where the Emerald Fighter is?
Aye, I do. Damn furbog.
Huh. Like, there's gonna be like genuine surprise on her face. It's like, I wasn't expecting that.
You might be more racist than me.
Hey, I'm just genuinely surprised. But any help for help as many people as possible. Where could she be found?
That I don't know. Back streets, among the people. She's not an easy person to find. Honestly, I'm not looking for her either. But she's got a soft spot for the stables. That's my best guess. But even then, not the greatest guess in the world.
It's better than we had before. We're bullied by the stables. Anything else that stands out about her?
Large emerald necklace. Red hair,
Makes sense.
shaven sides. She looks among the people. And by that I mean she wears patchy and nasty clothing.
Like, she's going to resist the urge to bring out her book, especially it's still kind of raining. But just like adjust herself a little bit after that. It's like just a wince towards her book, but then just adjusting her jacket.
Oh, and a spellcaster of my size can see that disguise you put on.
She's gonna give him a little smirk and drop it.
That's better. Probably would have trusted you more if you showed me your true form from the beginning.
Fair enough. But from the clientele in there, couldn't risk it.
Which is why I still spoke with you.
Still appreciated.
Not all bad. It's the people who made me this way.
Again, do good for the people here?
No, they just don't pressure me to meet new people. They let me drink. Besides, adventuring's long past me. This might be my last hurrah.
Who knows?
Then
Life
make it
has
again.
unexpected turns. We definitely didn't expect to be doing this.
Right. Well, best get a move on.
Right.
If this is happening during the event, you've got less than 2
Less than
days.
Yeah. I guess if anything, meet up with Valeska and we'll try and find Emerald Fighter.
No. It's probably best to find her first.
Right.
Valeska's good, but on time she's not. I'm sure you've already found that out.
Oh yes.
Minor eye twitch. Yeah. We do still have to meet up with our associates, and also after this experience, I'm gonna need a drink. She just chuckles to herself a little bit.
Best not to come here.
Trust me. All the glitz and gold, don't hide all the shit beneath it.
Hides enough. Nobody needs glitz and gold when you got enough booze.
Aye.
Alright, little children, let's get out of this alleyway. It's dark in here.
Aye.
Although it kind of reminds me of home.
In
And-
an odd way, it does me too.
As you guys kind of stroll out, he'll sing a bit of a tune. Not like a sing-sing, it's just like a gruff man walks down the aisle. But it's in Dwarvish. It seems almost like a folk song. And once you reach the edge, he'll take a right, and he'll head back into the building.
Zachariah is just going to be keeping a stoic expression for the most part as he watches him just walk away. Well, let's get going.
Yeah. I'm just gonna let out a long sigh. Yeah,
Good.
let's get back to business.
By the way, I don't think anyone else is going to be helping us. Because I think they're testing us, most likely. That's why Valeska, all of a sudden, was gone. The one time we needed her to talk about the Emerald Fighter.
Fair point. Let's work without assumption and just do this as quickly as possible.
To the stables it is, then.
Furbolg, Emerald Necklace, the stables. Right. She's just gonna rub her hands a bit. Let's get to this.
So, with everybody in town, there's going to be something. The rain is coming down and the lightning is thundering and cracking. But everybody, Aeson, Lynn, Mila, Zachariah, there's going to be a feeling of this strange draft through town. Something different. Almost magical. It's not natural in the least. And as quickly as it arose, it will die, leaving the place feeling different, as if something has arrived. And I think, guys, that's a good place to end it for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh! Holy
Oh
shit!
boy.
Sam is rolling for the crystal from now on.
I just got lucky as hell. And I
Oh.
on the plus side, I didn't have to use inspiration for that. On the negative side, fuck it, I used the inspiration for the constitution. It was worth it.
No, it was good to use inspiration for that because like it didn't flinch for him. So
Yeah. But yeah, let's be honest. It would have turned out a lot better than mine.
With a 37, yeah, probably.
I would have to use my...
Hi, my name is Will, and I play Zachariah Tulor. Thank you for listening to our podcast. Please follow us and subscribe at iTunes, Podbean, or Google Play at opportunityroll.podcast@gmail.com. Wish to level up? Head over to our Patreon and check out some cool magic swag we have awaiting for you. you want to interact with us and see more stuff that we're doing, check out our Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube at Opportunity Roll. And if you want to contact us or ask us any questions, you can reach us at opportunityroll.podcast@gmail.com. We'd like to thank Purple Planet Music, as we use their site for all of our music. And the same for Kobold Press, as we use some of their monsters from Tome of Beasts to keep everyone on their toes and enjoying the game. Thank you again for listening to this episode of Opportunity Roll, and remember, keep your opportunities open.